What's up guys, Tactical Practical here, and I'm going to show you the best way to make a rover fit for low gravity travel. So let's just jump right in. So you don't want a very wide or very long rover, because either the very wide one, when you stop, when you hit the brakes, it'll flip forward, and the very long one, whenever you turn, it'll flip sideways. So you kind of have to balance that out and be very careful with braking. In order to do that, you're going to need slower wheels. That's why I have these small Rove mates. And I like to put, you don't have to put many on, but I like to do this for survivability. I'm sorry. Because if one breaks, there's not a Kerbal around, you need to carry on and try to get to the nearest Kerbal, because chances are this vehicle is faster than the Kerbals themselves. Well, maybe. Depends on the environment. Probably not on the moon. Your Kerbals have EVA packs, but still. So, what I like to do, I like plenty of electric charge, but sometimes I overdo it. I'm going to be careful with that. And I hope everyone knows you can start out with something that isn't a command pod, but you will not be able to control it if you don't put a command pod on. So, what's this? Octo 2, very good command pod, and always press W when you're in the vehicle assembly. I know it goes horizontal, but if you press W, then it'll orientate it back to forward position. And I have problems with the odd looking command, like the drones. Like, especially with this one. So, you don't know if it's facing forward or not. You don't want to drive backwards. The blue little symbol for each of these. Let me just grab this. Oh, my bad. You want the blue symbol. What the hell is going on? You want the blue symbol to face you. So, you always press up. You want it to face you, because then you know that's the back of it, and that's going to go forward. So, I like to put on batteries, plenty of batteries, but I'm not going to overdo it this time. And some light solar panels, like ones that you don't have to unfold, are always there. Sometimes it's okay to put on the larger ones that are always like that, but they're usually more of a hassle and aren't as reliable because they won't work unless you have them opened. So if you're running out of power, you're not going to have a very good day. So it's best to tilt them in the direction like they're near to, so to speak, like towards, like if they're in the back, point them towards the back, how I am with these, so it has the most view of the sun. Oh, my TV is going off, I apologize. There's a storm going on and it decided to work, so whatever. So let's turn this other way. There we go. And you want to lean it, and pretty much you're fine with if you have more stuff in the back. It's not as much of a problem with Rovers, as long as you don't have like an entire command pod with Kerbals inside of it on the back of your tiny little rover. You should be fine. You should be perfectly fine. It's very obvious and should not be a problem. Okay, so you also want radioisotope generators, because they constantly provide power. Constantly. You will never run out of power with these things. Well, unless you're overusing power. So, usually what I like to do for these little drones is put on at least 2 command seats in case a Kerbal needs to hitchhike on one of them, because, you know, don't want to leave a Kerbal stranded after he repairs your vehicle. Pretty simple. You've got your solar panels, you've got your radioisotope generators. So this isn't very small at all. You can compare that to the size of Kerbals. It's not small, but it should work perfectly in 0G. So in a later video I will test this out, and I'm going to bring this to the moon. I already have some things up there, but they were before I figured out how to build decent vehicles that will not flip over in 0G or low G. Another good thing for brakes, like when you brake on the moon, you know, or on other areas with low gravity, you always end up like completely flipping over. For on bigger vehicles, it's good to have landing gear, not on small ones like this, but on bigger vehicles, landing gear outstrutted forwards always can slow it down. I mean, not slow it down, my apologies. Prevent it from flipping, as long as it has enough distance from the center of mass. I'm rambling, as usual. I always ramble. But maybe 2 more batteries, if I could talk right. You know, I picked the wrong thing to do with my life. YouTube. Can't even talk. So this seems pretty simple, pretty useful. Maybe throw on a headlight or 2. And let's test this out. I'm going to use the low gravity from the cheats because I simply cannot be bothered as of now to send this to the moon, because I have problems with editing and it would take too long. So, pretty simple. I think it's stupid though how lights don't... Oh, it does require electric charge now. My bad. Good. Strongly increasing the brightness. Okay. Oh, it's low power. Okay, so Mark II has low power, but it's very wide, and Mark I. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, and I'm getting this glitch again. I don't like that. Okay. And one last final little precaution, just in case my Kerbals can't get on here. Let's put on some ladders, because that looks... Yeah. Kerbal space program logic. Pretty simple. I don't know, we might need parachutes. Anything else that I'm forgetting? Because it'd look really stupid if I didn't. I mean, it'd be stupid if I didn't forget something, you know. It's Kerbal space program. Simple enough. Yeah, that looks like it's good. Okay, so test rover. Alright, save test rover 121 and then launch it. So, simple enough. You really don't have to worry too much about the center of mass. You just need a wide set, slow moving rover, and it's mostly how to control things in 0G is discipline with your speed and your braking, because that's usually what the problem is. Like, some things are obvious. Like, see how that goes backward, like flings backwards? Maybe I need to turn off the motors of some of these wheels. Turns pretty well. Let's visit my Beetle Mini Rover before we turn on the cheats for low gravity. I know low gravity is not nearly as close to the moon, but it'll give... Well, I don't actually think that'll work. I don't know. It's fun to try, though. Hey, it's Kerbal Space Program. So this is one of my favorite rovers that I've ever built. It's a very small rover. Haven't tested it on the moon, but I might eventually. It has a docking port on it, so I can always try. Alright, hit the brakes. Hopefully it's not fling forward like I think it is. Nope. Yeah, but that's my mini rover. It's really, really tiny. It's got a lot of parts on it, though, for being tiny. So, Alter F12 or Command F12 if you're running on Mac. I don't like Macs personally. Hack gravity, so. Oh yeah, that sure is low gravity, considering I'm not even on the ground. Oh, and see how I'm moving? That's another thing that you want to do. Either turn off your reaction wheels, or going to docking mode makes it so you move forward and left and right and roll and everything like that, but you don't use reaction wheels. My apology. Jeez, whatever. Anyways. Oh, they're just bouncing. I'll just turn this off. Unhead gravity. Everything falls to the ground and dies. But it also is good to have reaction wheels on you if you're on on low gravity surfaces, because if you do, usually reaction wheels can overcome gravity and flip you over very, very easily. Flip you back over, my bad. So, be careful with that. Reaction wheels can be a godsend or a burden, depending on how you use it. And yeah, that's just some information about how to actually use some of the stuff and how to efficiently create. Hold on, let me go over here really quick, see if there's any Kerbals that need some rescuing. If you need to go to 0G exploring, or not 0G, I always say that, but low gravity, you get what I mean. Just be careful. And eventually, probably next episode, I will show you how to get into orbit. That's one of the harder things that people simply can't figure out. And I can understand why. It took me forever to get into orbit. But it's simpler than it looks. Simpler? Is that a word? I'm rambling. I gotta hurry up. So, yeah. Orbit, simple. Show you that in the next episode. And by now, my planes episode, how to build a plane in this game, should be fixed. I don't know. Hold on. Uploaded. And by the way, if you use the brackets right next to the letter P on the keyboard, you can get into things like this. There's no one in here, is there? No one's in here. Are you serious? Why is this here? Yeah, but I actually have one of these on the moon, but this is a prototype. I have a different one on the moon. I said that last episode, but it's actually not the same one as the one on the moon. I will actually show that off too in another episode. But yeah, use the brackets to switch between these things. Favorite little one that I have, this one. Pretty fast, pretty simple. Ran over Jebediah Kerman a couple times with it. And yeah. Thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoyed my video and learned as much as I taught. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and see you next episode.